I wanted to take the time to go through a P&L dashboard and what we actually do to drive decisions. The first thing we do is as a seller board, and we really like going through week over week changes because we believe that's actually what drives our results through PPC optimizations. So if we do an optimization 1 week, we usually want to wait to see what that effect happened on that week. So the first thing when we come to a P&L dashboard is we want to see what the overall trend is. What's the threshold we're seeing in this account? So we know week 41, 49 is when we're closing out December. And we know this is the last week of December. And we're seeing basically a trend between 18 to 27K. And then we're seeing that it slows down in January. And then we're seeing a pickup in February. And then we also like watching his units. Right now, we're not seeing a major jump in units outside what we expect with revenue. So essentially when we see a 19K month, it's about 500 units. It's telling us the average order price is staying the same. We're not dealing with that much volatility on pricing. Next, we also like looking at advertising costs. And this is where we just want to feel the account. We want to take the time to really understand if ad spend goes up, does sales revenue go with that? A healthy account will see ad spend goes up and top line will go up as well. When we see bad weeks, bad situations, we start noticing that ad spend has almost an inverse correlation with sales or has no impact on sales. And that's an account that's not healthy. It needs to be drilled down a lot more. But for here, we're seeing a high month of 29K. We're seeing $3,000 in spend. We know that's working pretty well. We like also watching here for refund costs. It's something we can actually ignore right now, but it's pretty interesting to look at. What we want to see here that's super important is how is our tacos related to sales? What you want to see on a healthy account is when tacos go up, sales also go up. This is what you want to see as an overall trend. But right now, we're looking at a very biased 3-week period. We're looking at the end of Q4 and we're looking at the start of Q1. So we can understand that a 12% tacos closing out Q4 is acceptable. We can understand that when we peak revenue in the 51, so the second to last week of the year with 9%, it's telling us that we're actually dipping our tacos, our sales are going up. This is not happening because spend is going down, it's relatively going up. This is happening because efficiency is going up. And this is a key situation where you can actually go into the ad account, you know this feeling you get from a broader level that now you can actually focus on increasing spend because pushing this up just 2% has a great chance to push this 27K to a higher peak. And then of course, we want to look at margin. Where do we have good weeks? Where do we have bad weeks? So we know right now with more sales, we're actually looking at a better margin. We can see here in week 1, margin is dropping. We can attribute this to seasonality right now, but we want to truly understand what really drives this margin, right? So we can see sales are within 10K. We can see spend is going between 2 and 3K. We can see that the tacos is holding the trend of the spend. Is there something else we can find in this to drive margin? When we see such a high volatility on our margin between 0% and 21%, it's telling us there's something else moving. So what we found here is that refund costs is flat. So when revenue drops, refund costs actually increases in the share, and that's what eats up our margin. So we have sales spend flat and refund costs flat. Why is refund costs flat? It's because it's actually built on the 3 preceding weeks. So whatever we've had of a refund from before, it gets attributed to this. So if sales were higher previously, sales dip now, the refund cost is coming from the percent of sales that had a previous time. If you're running Amazon PPC right now and your ACoS looks fine, but your margins don't, this is probably happening to you somewhere in your account. Here's exactly what we're doing on this channel. Every week, I'm picking one brand to audit. Fully anonymous, just sharing the numbers. Full transparency on what we change and why. If you want your account reviewed, drop a comment below. Your category, beauty, health, home, outdoors, supplements. 1 sentence about what you think is broken. We pick one per week. See you next time.